Well, I've gotten a few comments and things, and from a couple people asking to tell me they wanted to see the model hit and miss engine running, or at least what the progress was on it. And well, here it is. It's finished. You know, we got his contactors all set up. Governor's there. It's all mounted. I mean, I still haven't done anything with the gas tank, but it doesn't really matter. Not a critical part. I don't know. I forget if I mentioned this in the other video, but I decided not to go along with the homemade mixture screw that I made, mainly because in this type of two-stroke engine, the carburetor acts as a fuel pump. In below the primer here, there is a fuel pump diaphragm, and in almost all these types of carburetors there is. It's run off the crankcase pressure and vacuum. So this engine is designed to run on fuel pumped like that. It doesn't have the intake vacuum that most of us know in other two-strokes and in four-strokes. It has a lower intake vacuum pressure, and to compensate for that, it uses the fuel pump to squirt a jet of fuel out. Look at that rain out there. Crazy. Crazy. Now, it does run. Unfortunately, I can't show you that because something that happened while it was running. If it's not obvious, then you know you have a problem. The plastic governor spool from the Tecumseh engine, I guess it might have, the gear must have moved away while it was running. The angle bracket wasn't holding it on tight enough. You can see I can bend it a tiny bit, just lightly. But with the vibrations, it must have moved it aside and caused the teeth to be eaten away. Pretty bad. I can spin it right now without the main gear spinning. So that's ruined. I can't fix that. So what I will do is look for a new governor spool, maybe one from a Briggs, whatever I come across, and try to adapt that. And I'll have to recheck these teeth again on this gear here. Maybe they weren't as perfect as I thought. Maybe they weren't as well matched up as I thought. So, I mean, that's the problem right now. But it does run. I'm sorry I can't show it to you. I will fix it eventually and get around to doing that. Sorry about that. But other than that, it's a pretty sound design. When it did run, I could tell you that it didn't run exactly like a hit and miss engine would, or even a Maytag would. There were a few problems I encountered with the type of engine. This engine it's a low power. It doesn't have a lot of torque to it, a lot of horsepower, but it has high compression. That means that it would need a large flywheel to compensate for that high compression, keep it spinning. Now, with a large flywheel, you also need the power to spin a large flywheel, which this doesn't have. So instead of the traditional make say 20 RPMs, then fire once, it doesn't do that. In this case, it makes about 20 RPMs, fires 10-15 times to get back up to speed, then coasts down for 20 RPMs or so, likely more, and then takes 10-15 to get back going again. So this probably wasn't the best engine to do it on. If I do this again, I think it would be better to use maybe a small Tecumseh two-stroke from a snowblower. That would have more horsepower and maybe even a little less compression. I mean, there's a ratio that I was looking at. I guess the horsepower to PSI of compression. I guess this has a pretty high rate of compression for low horsepower. I'm hoping that the Tecumseh engine will have a lower compression but a higher horsepower, just because of displacement. And then I, of course, have to have a bigger flywheel machine for that. So that'll come later. But I will fix this one, just as a test. I mean, I will have a video of it running soon, once I get another governor spool. I'm trying not to waste a bunch of parts for Tecumseh engines, you know. After all, they're going out of business, and parts are going to get harder to find. So, I would prefer not to waste parts. But the real thing will come when I build my 4-stroke hit-and-miss engine out of, hopefully, a 4-stroke weed whacker engine, which I already have in storage. And that will act as a real hit-and-miss. It'll prop open the exhaust valve, and it'll coast just like that. That means I won't need a larger flywheel or a huge flywheel to compensate for compression, because there'll be no compression. It'll be freewheeling. So, that's it for now. If you have any questions or anything, or if you want to donate a governor spool, so that's it for that one.